Hello everyone, my name is Bridget, and today we're going to be talking about why empaths get so tired, how to set boundaries, and have more energy. So the idea is that oftentimes, based on a lot of different reasons, which we're going to get into, we can have leaky energy as empaths and be very tuned in to the outside world, and then we have nothing left for ourselves, which we need life force energy to awaken, to be of service to others, and to just be a normal, balanced human. So it's very important. So we're going to be getting into the different reasons why you get tired as an empath, but then how to resolve that. What approaches, what tools can actually help you align with your core energy and make you feel more energized. So the first thing to note is that there is a lot of stimuli in the world, especially right now. There's so many different opinions and voices and groups of all kinds saying this, do this, do that. There's technology, there's electromagnetics, there's all these different things. So there's a lot of stimuli. There's a lot of things that are possible to focus on. And being sensitive, or a highly empathic person, highly sensitive person, it's just like bombardment, right? More and more, actually, like every day. And so one of the best tools, one of the best ways to work through this energy is the idea of relevance. What is relevant to you and what is not relevant to you? Now, we'll be getting into why it feels like everything's relevant in a minute, but just let that sink in, that even though there's stimuli happening from the outside world, and even though there's energy, even though there's things kind of yelling energetically or verbally saying, hey, believe this, or do this, or put on this certain thing on your face, not all of them might be relevant to you, to your soul mission, and to your energy, to intake or to not intake. And the idea too is that you feed certain realities, you feed parallel realities with your energy, with your focus. And so a lot of these matrix control program vibes want your energy, want you to be highly stimulated and focus on these different things. And so also noting that and being like, oh, I'm actually not participating in that matrix game, thank you very much, but I'm aware and I can see what's going on, and then I can be like, oh, yeah, that has nothing to do with me. I'm not in that particular game. So just noting that, so beginning to tune in, even if it's just like a person walking down the street, if it's something that you see scrolling, if it's a neighbor that comes and yells at you, whatever it is, just start to tune in and to become aware and ask the question, is this relevant to me? Do I need to actually engage at all? And a lot of the time it's no. You don't even need to engage with that other person or whatever that is. It's like a prop in the reality that isn't actually trying to engage with you either, but you might just be aware of it. And then certain things do come into your reality, and it is important to address them. So now let's get into the different ways of working with relevancy and working with our energy so that we can have more of it. One thing that is extremely interesting, I'm going to be going deeper into in other videos and actually have tools for you because I've been learning a lot. It's been extremely intensely confronting, but so beautiful and rich on the other side, is that there is a correlation between empaths and highly sensitive people and some level of intense experience, maybe in childhood, during birth, which could be connected to trauma, or just intense experience in your outside environment or with people around you, which created this hypersensitivity. Now there's also the Indigo Crystal Kid piece where you're just more tapped in, so it's a positive gift that you came in with, but it also can be a response to the intensity of this world and needing to be hyper aware, hyper on, so that you're aware of everything at once, so that if that parent or person is going to come in and hit you, or if that person is going to walk in with anxiety, you're prepared for whatever that is. And so it's very much so a focus on the other, on the outside world. And oftentimes this is truly for your safety, even if it's just emotional connection that you were needing before you can even remember. So we'll go deeper into that rabbit hole in another video, but what's significant to pull from that idea right now is that, are you okay in this moment? Because maybe there were other times where it wasn't okay. There was a lot of energy and there was a lot of anxiety or a lot of different things in the field and the energy. But right now, I'm in my house, everything's good, I'm safe, I'm okay. So I can actually pull my energy back in and I don't need to be on kind of like red alert. Or if something does come by, does that have any relevancy to me, in my immediacy, to my livelihood, to my safety, to my energy? No, most of the time, no. So this is an invitation to just check in with yourself and be like, okay, I'm good right now. I'm safe right now. I can pull in my own energy and hold and be nourished in that. Everything is safe. I am okay. And this is an important topic, this whole thing, because one of the things that we can do as sensitive people is put so much focus on the outside so that we then are avoidant and don't actually have to look at ourselves or maybe take care of ourselves and actually nourish ourselves. So a lot of it is coming back to us. And when we come back to us, we're far less tired because we're not leaking our energy out there and overgiving and doing all these different things. So we can bring it back in, reel it back in, and contain that energy for ourselves and thus have more energy. So this is a huge one. This is huge. It might be a little bit triggering or maybe it doesn't seem relevant, but just play with the idea and remind yourself that you are safe and that you can pull in your energy and receive and nourish yourself. You have full permission and allowance and invitation to do that. The next way that energy can be lost is by really tuning into and focusing on all these people and all these things outside of yourself, when in reality, they're literally in another world, in another dimension from you, and usually it doesn't even have relevancy to what you're experiencing. And so it's very important to realize that by engaging, you might sync more with that reality, that belief system, that energy, that victimhood, that issue, whatever it is. You don't need to do it. Like, you don't need to do it at all. It might be up and it might like feel intense, but again, you can check in and say, is this relevant for me? And also, what do I want to focus my energy on? And this is so key, is what am I here to do? How am I here to serve and be of the most use of my particular soul expression and gifts? And so remaining in that center, remaining in that core, and then if there's things in your reality that have nothing to do with that and aren't going to be utilizing your gifts or your service, empowering you to remain whole so that you can then be more on your mission, or things that are informing you and teaching you so that you can then again enhance what you came here to do, then it's like, this has nothing to do with me, and you can just move on. So in this check-in, just be sure to listen to your intuition, listen to your body, connect in with your body, not the fight or flight response, but the really deep connection of what feels true and aligned with you. I have a video of how to listen to your intuition, so I suggest going to watch that so you can really align with that deeper connection to your own inner voice and inner truth. So the last piece of this, which is very important, is that this relevancy conversation can lead to maybe, oh great, then I just don't have to pay attention to anything and I can just disassociate, which is one step further removed than being super attached to the outcome of the other in the world. So you don't want to disassociate in this situation. That's not what we're doing. We are engaging with reality, but we're just discerning really quickly what is helpful, what is aligned with us, what is not. So in this, another piece is that if your reality continues to show you something, right? So something continues to show up. You could do an example of your friend continues to date these guys or date these girls, and they continue to attract the same people and the same challenges keep coming up, or they keep on having the same problems or dramas or those kinds of things. That is when the reality is saying, hey, this is like super relevant, pay attention. So if there's repetitive things coming up, that's definitely a pay attention. If it's a one-time thing that has nothing to do with you, most of the time not significant, but you need to tap into your intuition. So going over to this repetitive reflections. The thing that's so amazing and that our sensitivity can make us aware of is the things that maybe we need to work on, or the things that are unintegrated, that are not acknowledged or looked at in ourselves, so that we can heal and integrate and become more whole. So instead of having kind of a reactive to it, which can be draining because we're resisting the reality, we can almost lean into it and listen, not fully connect with it, but listen and hear, feel what it's sharing with us, what it's teaching us, and then say, all right, thank you for reflecting that to me, reality, person, whatever it is. I'm going to go look at this. I'm going to go address this. And when we do it in a conscious way, it doesn't drain us. It makes us actually feel energized and empowered, because you're taking the reins again and you're moving towards resolution. You're moving towards wholeness. And anytime you're doing that, that actually creates more energy, because resistance is draining. And so especially if you're resistant but you're feeling a lot, you're already in it. You might as well just look at it and address it. You know what I mean? So it's important to just look at the reflections, the teachings that are coming up in the reality, and seeing if it is relevant for you, and not avoiding the shadow tarot. I don't have to look at anything. But if things continue to come up, then you can consciously address them and go, maybe I do need to do that ancestral work, or maybe I do need to get this session with this person or this coaching, because this continues to come up, and this I continue to do this. I continue to look at the reality and my relationship dynamics and go, okay, what can I do? Because this thing keeps coming up. So I want to look at it and address it. And behind that is more connection, is more receiving, is more love, is more energy, and actually more empowerment, which creates more boundaries. So even though it might feel uncomfortable in that moment of having those things come up, if you lean into them and go into them consciously, it's going to lead to more comfort, more resolution, more wholeness, more joy. So I hope that these tools have been helpful for you. I have a free meditation that you can click on down below that helps you come back more into your divine self and your divine blueprint. So go check that out and get that. Also, comment below if you like the idea of me starting to do some vlogs of my life. A lot of my friends have been recommending I do it, but I would love your input. So please comment below and let me know. And let me know what tools have helped you to not be as tired, exhausted as an empath. And be sure to subscribe and hit that bell button so you get notifications every time I do new videos. And I will be back soon with another video. Much love.